I'm so tired of you. Every dog must have his day. Sweet, I'm so tired of you. Sweet, I'm so tired of you treating me this way. I'm sick and then I'm sweet, I'm so tired of you. Sweet, I'm so tired of you treating me this way. And I'm human, treat me this way. Sweet, I'm so tired of you. Sweet, I'm so tired of you treating me this way.
Now you're on.
What's up? I'm Coach B.
I'm Audie.
Welcome to our first podcast called Dig Deep with Coach B
And
Audie. Well, actually, I said that reverse. Audie and Coach B. It's all good. So I actually had my original podcast called Dig Deep with Coach B, as you can tell. And I decided to add someone to the mix. She paid me a lot of money to be in this. So I said, sure, why not? But, you know, it's our first episode. And we're just goofing off the whole time.
Yeah.
And so I said, I told her earlier, I said, you know what? It's time to finally get this shit started.
Yeah, finally include all the body, mind, and spirit that we always talk about. And,
The stuff we preach about.
well, we don't really preach about it.
Yeah, we do. To our dog
Yeah.
at home.
To Cody.
We have a little doggy at home. You probably see him on our Instagram.
You have to bring him next time.
I know we'll bring him next time for sure.
I know, he's a little rescue. Those
Um,
are love bug.
Yeah. So what do we want to talk about today? She's a nervous Nancy, so she's always trying to figure out stuff. I can wing this shit all day long, you know? So I guess the first episode was going to be...
Well, we got to reintroduce ourselves.
Yeah, introduction of who we are and what we want to talk about, I guess, on this podcast.
Well, what do you do?
What do I do?
Yeah, what do you do?
I'm a house husband. If you don't know me, I'm Coach Brandon. I'm a big goofball. I'm a running coach, personal trainer. I also work on mindset stuff with clients. And
Well, who are your clients?
who are my clients?
Well,
I
what
got
ages?
everyone.
Yeah.
I got anyone from age 8 to 85, I think, give or take, you know? So...
Well, you don't just specialize like that.
Yeah, I guess I specialize in a lot of other things, you know.
Yeah.
Running's my huge thing. I mean, I run a lot, as you can tell. And, but yeah, I mean, I got a lot of clients from all different backgrounds.
Well, besides all the fitness stuff that we do, we also do energy work.
Oh, yeah. That is true. Mm-hmm. She's always asking me, you know, you got to talk about that, asking me when I'm going to start talking about that stuff because she says I'm gifted.
Oh,
which,
he is. He's very gifted. I mean, we're all gifted. I'm pretty gifted, but...
You know, this is also Audie and Coach B, so you can introduce yourself, too.
I know, it's always awkward having to introduce... I'm not a coach. I don't do... I thought I wanted to do that, but then I just don't really... It doesn't come naturally like it does to me, so it's just kind of like... Or, not to me, to you. So it's something that I just didn't really, I guess, care for. I just like the running aspect, and I finally let you coach me.
Years later.
Years later, I don't like being told what to do. I always argue, and it's not just with you. Because
All those memes they say about husbands and wives working out together is definitely true. We cannot do that at all because one's always going to butt heads with the other.
Well, I
100%.
also too. I don't like being told what to do. I also like to kind of...
Let's just be real. That's your Latina side.
Well, that is. It is. But I don't know. I just don't... Like, when we're working out, like, let's say one of my friends, like, if Alyssa's working out, I remember that one time we were laughing, and I kept making jokes, and you gotta take this serious. We're the opposite.
Gotta get that shit done.
Yeah.
But she does energy work, too. We both do it. We both went to the Newmont Center, and I guess, I don't want to say certified, but we took a bunch of courses for... over 2 years?
Yeah, we took classes
Seems
with
like
Nick,
that.
yeah.
And then we learned how to do all the ooh, and
The what?
the ooh. It was all good. It was good stuff. We learned how to clear that energy and bless houses.
Yeah,
and
bless houses, balance chakras.
Our main man Ed right here, that's
Yeah.
doing all this for us, took classes with us.
Yeah.
Little shout out to him over here. Ed. Inside joke. But yeah, I mean, I guess we're just a bunch of goofballs just having a good time right now, and you know, she gets nervous about these type of things.
I know, but
she doesn't
it's-
like to be on camera. It's hard for her to talk because every time we used to record on my other podcast, she would always want to like redo it because she was like always
I'm too much of a
perfectionist.
which I'm working on, which I now need to work on striving for excellence. So that's something we could get into in another episode about that.
But here's the funny thing is we're talking about, so this episode we want to talk about authentic self, and here we are being authentic. This is who we really are. If you don't know us, I mean, shoot, I quote movies all day long with my buddies. But yeah, this is who we really are, you know? So we're not hiding anything from us. So this whole episode, we wanted to talk about authentic self. We went running 2 weeks ago, and it was kind of like an eye-opening day for us, being on the trails.
Yeah, I'm back on the trails. That's another thing, because I used to always be out trail running. And it took one incident where I almost stepped on a freaking rattlesnake that scared the shit out of me, where I kind of didn't want to be in the trails anymore. And that's what we were talking about. Like, why are we so afraid of not just like being out on the trails, just in general with life? Like, what's holding us back from really being who we want to be?
Yeah. I mean, who do you want to be? What do you want to be when you grow up? We're still young.
Yeah.
You know? We change paths all the time.
We do.
You know? I think I changed paths at 33. Right? 33? Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
Yeah, 33, 34, give or take. I had a corporate job, and then I quit that.
Oh, yeah, that.
I quit that shit fast, so I can do what I want to do now, which is the whole fitness thing.
Yeah, fitness and
Running,
what you love to do. And I had a spiritual awakening, I think, when I turned 30. It was so weird, like, leading to that. I didn't know what I know now, but it was kind of, I was embarrassed to tell you or scared to tell you. I think when I was like 20, I was 28 years old. I swear, I remember this in our old studio in Old Town Camarillo. I had watched something like Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction. One of those cheesy shows from the 90s I used to watch. And somebody had like a premonition of their death. And it took that episode where I kept thinking about death, and I was like, why am I thinking about death? And then I thought, oh my God, I'm gonna die when I turn 30. And then little did I know it was actually more of a spiritual awakening.
spiritual death.
Well,
Rebirth.
maybe rebirth to my,
The Phoenix Rising.
yeah. Oh
There
yeah,
you go.
you're tatted up. How many tattoos do you have?
Too many.
But yeah, that's just basically what happened. And then I got into learning different modalities of like healing. And later down the road, I started getting more into like holistic health and just really learning how I could heal myself with my power of intention, with my mind, because the mind is a very powerful thing. And also too, there was a point in my life that I was questioning even the existence of God, our creator, the universe, whatever you want to call it. But I was kind of, I think I even told you, I was like, I feel like, I don't know, I don't feel like I'm connected. I don't know, it was such a, I was in a very weird
That was like
place.
your early 20s.
Yeah, it was just a really weird.
It wasn't that late in life.
No, but I think took me a while to really even have more faith in what I believe in with my whole spiritual growth. And with my spiritual growth, it's like for me, I'm still finding my purpose. Like, why am I here? What is my connection with God? And, I love the journey that
I mean, the
that I've
purpose of you
discovered.
being here is just to be happy and give thanks and help out people and be a good person. Right?
Well, yeah, of course, but I'm
Don't
just
kill
saying,
anyone.
Yeah,
Don't
but I'm
rob
just,
anyone.
No, of course
Don't be
not.
a bad neighbor. You know?
No, but I'm just saying that that's like what I question, because a lot of times when people talk about spirituality or whatever it is that you believe in, it's like right away it's like, oh, you're a new ager. Oh, you praise crystals. No, I don't. I have that as a tool, but there's more than seeing angel numbers and using crystals and other tools. There's more than that.
Yeah. You go in our room, it's like a crystal shop.
Well, yeah, I love them. I mean, I'm wearing them right here. I mean, I don't have any on my hands today. Oh, I'm right here.
But yeah, I mean, I guess you're trying to. I guess you're still figuring it out, like who you really are.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
that's okay.
Mindset's always a thing that we're
Yeah.
always going to work on. That's I got a race on Saturday, and I definitely know I got to be like mentally sharp for that. It's gonna be a long day.
How many miles are you running?
50K, so we'll just say 30. I think it's about almost 32 miles, give or take.
Yeah,
So it's gonna be a. I mean, I got clients running it. I'm running myself, so it's just a longer day in essence of being there and supporting and crewing and do what I got to do. But I mean, shit, I'm going for gold, baby. Let's do this.
You can do it. You got it.
I'm just gonna go out there and just have a good time and see what happens. You know what I mean? My buddy Keith's been coaching me for the last 2 years. Shout out Keith. What up?
What do you
and
guys
so-
call it?
What?
Your nickname?
We're called the BK. We're called Wappa Boys. We call it Wappa. We don't say Whopper. We say Wappa. Wappa Boys. And yeah, because his initial and my initial is BK, so I just said Burger King. And so we said Wappa Boys. But yeah, so he's been coaching me, so I feel pretty good. I feel pretty strong. It's going to be a great day. I'm keeping that mindset positive. After our reading we had, Saturday with Vicky, it opened up a lot more perspective,
Yeah.
But it's also true thinking about life itself. Like, we try to hide our real selves because we don't want to get judged on
Yeah.
stupid shit and what people say about us, or what we look like, how we dress, what car we drive, how much money we make. Like
How
all
how fast you run, what do
Yeah.
you believe in.
I mean, look, I like to run
Yeah.
fast. I mean, that's just granted, but
Yeah.
like,
I mean, that's awesome. I mean,
that's not the like whole premise
No.
of me. You know what I mean?
But
like,
it's who you are. I mean, you can't stop
well, I know
who
that,
you
but
are
like,
based on that.
of course. But it's also like one of those things where like that's not your identity as well. Like,
No.
I don't want to be associated. Like some people love that. Like, oh, he was the fastest runner in the world. But like, if God were to take that away, that's like a quote I like read. If God were to take away something that means so much to you, how would you feel about that, right? And then it makes me process like I appreciate like everything that I have, and I'm able to run and get up and do what I got to do, right? There's a lot of people out there that can't do it. So it makes me think, okay, I run for them. I run for, people that just have a hard time with that stuff. And it could be more of a mental thing, and people come up to me and they tell me they feel inspired by just the posts I do or the videos I make, or like, oh, I can't run with you, you're too fast. But when they come out and join our running group, which we have, we'll talk about that. They come out and they're like, wow, it's such a great time. And I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, it is. I mean, like, shit. We have a good time. We have good laughs. We talk about life.
But
Yeah.
I'm more fun to hang out with. Let's be real.
I mean,
I'm just kidding.
Whatever you say,
I'm just kidding.
I think we could just take off this dig deep and just put,
Okay.
dig deep with Brandon again.
Okay, that's fine. You could bring Cody on the show then.
We'll have Cody on the show. But I guess it's like, I think I think I had this conversation today with a client. Shout out Morgan, what's up? And we talked about just like value and how we create value in our lives. And I literally said the same thing I said, like who you are as a person doesn't define everything else in life. And it sucks that people have to use that as a way to get things in life, you know? Like, if you're the top real estate agent, you know, you have to have this car, you have to have this house, you have to have this much crap, right? It's like kind of like showing off, and there's nothing wrong with that if that's you, but you know what I mean? Like, as they say, when you pass on, you know what I mean? Like Wayne Dyer said it, you come into this earth naked, you leave this earth naked, you know? And so it makes you process things, and like what you create in your life could be either a good thing or a bad thing. It's all free will, it's all free choice. You know what I mean? Like, I made the choice to get this much tattoos regardless of what people said and my mom said.
Oh yeah, oh, you gotta talk about that.
You know? And
his
so,
mom did not know that he had
covered
all these tattoos for how long?
a long time, since 20s.
Like, it would be like freaking 100 degrees outside, and this dude's
Pants and long sleeve, baby.
long sleeve. I just told him, you know, you can't hide who you are.
There you go. I held back my authentic self.
You
know?
did. It's that if she judges you based on that, I mean, but it's part of also too. I get it. It's like
Just being polite about.
Well, no,
things.
but like
I mean,
it's a I don't know if it's like a
culture thing.
cultural thing. Like my like ethnicity, I'm full Mexican and you're half Filipino.
Yeah.
And so with my culture, every time my dad sees my tattoos, God, I wish he didn't get those. It's like
My mom throws holy water on me.
Oh my God. But yeah, even with my dad, he'll say something like, "Why did you get that?" Or I've had people that aren't even my dad would like. I remember I had one person tell me, "You know, you have such a pretty face, but all that shit you have on your body, like, I don't know, it doesn't make you as pretty." Like, I've had somebody tell me that. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
But whatever, if that's how somebody feels, but
okay. You
it's
married
like,
me. It's all
I know. Well, that's why I think my comeback was kind of like passive aggressive. I'm like, well, a man like you can't handle a woman like me. Something like that. But it wasn't like to be derogatory or anything, but like just this person's personality. It's like,
Shit, I can barely handle you. I mean, damn. But I don't know. It's true. I think
Yeah.
my whole life I tried to blend in. I tried to blend in with whatever was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it took me to have like a mental breakdown to realize that I am my own unique person, my own personality. And if you love me, great. If you hate me, it's okay. You'll miss me. You know.
Well,
And
I guess
so-
that saying when people start hating you, that's when you've made it to the top.
Yeah.
Or something cheesy like
I
that.
mean, shoot. I mean, look, I think we're like I love like funny couple that just loves to like live their life as much as we can. I mean, trust me, we get a little anxiety.
Yeah.
There's always a little something happening, but we've been learning how to conquer that.
Oh yeah, anxiety is a big one because
nowadays.
Back when we started getting anxiety, again, early 30s, we didn't know, and we were kind of like ashamed to even talk about it. It's kind of like, oh, like how do you even talk about this? Like, what's this feeling? I didn't know. The first time I ever had a anxiety attack, it was after I got in a bad car accident, and I didn't know that I had PTSD from that car accident. And I remember I called you on the phone. I had to pull over by that Chevron gas station that I hate going to, the one that I have you put gas for me.
Oh yeah, geez.
That one.
Yeah.
But I went in that parking lot and I remember calling you and said, I don't know, like my hands are shaking, I'm sweating, and I think I'm having a heart attack.
No.
And I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, I can't breathe, and I'm like, should I go to the hospital? And he said, no, you're having an anxiety attack. And it's like, wait, what? Like, what the hell? Like, I've never have had anxiety, and then I thought it was a one-time thing, and I thought it was these vitamins I was taking.
Oh yeah.
And it turns out it wasn't, because I threw away all those vitamins, and then I got it one day. I was just like at work, and that same feeling came over me. I was like, what the hell is going on? And I'm just like, I remember at the time I worked in retail, and I remember like one of my coworkers like came to the back, and I was just like crying nonstop, and I was like, I don't know what's going on. My chest hurts. I can't breathe. and said the same thing. You're having an anxiety attack. And I was like, what is triggering these fucking anxiety attacks? Like, I never, like, thought someone like me would have anxiety, but as time would go, it'd just be like, oh, I have unresolved trauma that needs to be healed. And it's like, well, what do I do? Well, this whole time it's like I'm spiritual bypassing. Oh, I'm fine, I'll do this, this, and this, but it keeps coming. It's like, all right, what do I need to do? And then we found Audrey that actually helped us so much, and it's just like a
But I think
lifesaver.
nowadays
Yeah.
everything is like anxiety induced.
Yeah.
You know, shit. The world we live in now, I mean, it's crazy.
It's crazy. And then it's like people are afraid to even, you can't say anything nowadays without someone getting pissed off, offended, and it's like
trigger.
Everything's triggering, but I don't
So I think everyone,
yeah.
has
unresolved. Yeah.
houses these triggers, and then, you know, one day they explode on people. But I think like being your authentic self is also just like, you know, just talking about it. Like, you know, it's okay to say like I'm an introvert. You know, it's okay. I'm an extrovert. You know, like it's okay. Like I think the more you talk about it, it becomes easier to like even, you know, it's not who you really are. You know, I mean, you're just a quiet person. I'm like the guy that's dancing along the table and having drinks, right? That's
Oh,
like
that
my
used
old
to be
self.
me in my 20s.
But you know what I mean? It's like we think about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of us just don't know how to like come out and talk about that kind of stuff.
No, and it's kind of like more people I talk to about that. It's like, oh yeah, I have that. And it seems it's great to see more and more people just talk about it, because the more you talk about how you feel, especially things that are bothering you, it's like a huge release. It's like you have all this energy because it's going to store in our body and also off center your chakras that you have.
Yeah.
So
100%.
it's good to talk about it and not to keep dwelling. I mean, you want to always feel your emotions, like never suppress your emotions. I'm pretty good at suppressing. I mean, that's also another work in progress, but it's okay. There's moments where I'm like, gosh, I'm so pissed off, and I'll be pissed off at something for a while, like a week or two, and then I'll kind of realize like, oh,
Yeah.
this isn't good. Like, I shouldn't be this way. And then you'll even say like, okay, I'm tired of you being so angry. Like, you need to release that shit already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She gave me a black eye last time.
No, I didn't.
Just kidding. She doesn't abuse me, guys.
No.
Yeah, I mean, that's just life. I think we're at that age now. We're almost 40. You know, I'm closer to 40 than you are. But I think like that's where growth happens. I don't want to say like it's always spiritual growth, but that's just growth as, you know, a human. You kind of transition and you realize, okay, this is what I need, this is what I don't need. You know what I mean? And then you get to that stage where you're like, okay, like now I have this like spiritual growth. You believe in the negative shit or you believe in the positive shit, right? Power versus force, right, Ed? And so you want to vibrate high or you want to vibrate low. And so I'm sick of being here, right, at the very bottom. And so being at the very top is always the best in general. So we try to vibrate as much of that love energy as we can, you know? I mean, we're not perfect. We talk about this stuff all the time with people, and we still have some of the same issues. And I think it becomes easier as we talk about it because people are going to be like, oh, they relate more to that, you know? Like our run groups that we host, we started a business, like after I had that crazy panic attack. And then I decided after a reading I got from our friend Julia Treat, she said, you better do all this stuff now. And I said, okay. So I spent crazy amount of money, like over $5,000 worth of lawyer fees and a bunch of crap, right? Got this business started, and then that was like my true self, right? But I was still struggling within the mindset of like, I need stability, right? Because the money wasn't there in the beginning. And so we started to put more effort into a lot of things, you know, long story short. And now we're growing our community of runners in Camarillo, where we live at, Camarillo, California, small city, located in Ventura County. But yeah, I mean, like we host weekly Wednesday night runs, all levels. We have 2 different options, usually a shorter and a longer option.
I typically do the
longer
shorter,
option, of
yeah.
course. And then, we're trying to figure out other days we can put it on. I mean, I have like 3 jobs.
I know, you're like
I'm
a
always
busy
moving.
bee.
I have our Run Free business, which we do everything. And then I work at a gym part-time because I have clients from 5 years, and I still train them a little bit, a couple hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
And then I work for SoCal Trail Racing Company in Southern California. We put on trail races through Santa Monica, LA County. And so I'm always all over the place. And right now it's the start of the summer.
Yeah, the tour of LA.
So tour of
yeah.
LA. So if you are listening and you're a trail runner and live in LA or Ventura County, come out and follow SoCal Trail events, because we put on these races and there's always snacks. There's like shoe demos. Our main sponsor is Adidas Terex. And so they sometimes will have shoe demos if there's enough of that. But yeah, I mean, like I got 3 jobs. I'm always pumping. She tells me to calm down a little bit, and and I'm like, but I
You should add a builder to that job.
Oh, yeah.
You're always like doing
I'm always
something.
moving. I build stuff. I'm like handyman here, But I guess like once I got in a good rhythm, a good flow, I started to realize who I really was as a person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like I was so scared to like talk about like energy healing. Before I'd be like, oh, I do energy healing, And now I'm like, now I do it,
Yeah.
right? And I've done it to a couple people. Shout out to Tina and Daisy. I did some stuff with them, and they felt a difference. And I did a reading for Daisy, and I did some Reiki energy work for Tina, and it was solid. I think they enjoyed it,
And
it just got me out there again to like really do that
Yeah.
stuff.
You're very well, we both are, but you're very like clairvoyant. It's crazy how you could see
I see stuff.
into
I hear
people's
stuff. I see
clairaudient.
visions. Shit. What
Yeah.
else?
I mean, I see it
I feel their
too.
energy. I'm super intuitive.
intuitive,
In
and
that
we're
sense.
both empathic. I know for
Got it,
sure.
yeah.
It's interesting though, like having or being this way, because it's like a lot of the times I know how to turn it on and off now. Before I'd be like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
I think that's part of having some anxiety, because I didn't know what I was feeling other people's emotions. I mean, that's not the entire
But you also
anxiety.
didn't want people to like judge you. Based on
No,
that,
I
you
didn't
know?
want anyone, because it's like when I was a kid, I would see things and I would like my parents' house. They still deny that their house is like haunted. Well, I cleansed it a few months ago, so everything's like solid now. But growing up in that house,
Creepy ass house.
I would hear like the steps, like somebody walking up and down the stairs, and my bedroom faced like the stairs kind of, and I had this dresser with a mirror, and in the mirror I could see the stairs, and I would sometimes see somebody like the feet. Ugh, I'm getting like chills thinking about
Yeah.
it. But I would see things and I didn't know what it was, and I would literally sleep with the covers all the way over my head, and then maybe I was like my nose. This is how I would sleep, because I was so scared to look. And then I don't know why, as a kid, I don't know if it's like a Mexican thing that like they don't like doors being closed. I wasn't allowed to sleep with the door closed. And I would say, Mom, someone's watching me. Someone's like walking. And they say, oh, it's your imagination. It was always my imagination every time when I would tell people things.
Mm-hmm.
And so I suppressed that for so long. And then as I got older, like I remember walking down. Oh my God, I can't believe I randomly remembered this. I was walking on Santa Monica, that mall, the promenade, and some woman comes up to me and said, you see things.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what is this lady talking about? And I had no idea what this woman was
It's like
talking
the
about.
Sixth Sense.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell? So it was just random. And then as I, like, whatever, I ignored it. As time goes, it's like weird stuff just kept, like, throughout my life. Like, I look back, it's like there was always interesting stuff with spirits happening, or just interesting things with, like, feeling people's emotions and not knowing what it was, or having these, like, premonitions. I remember my sister, like, had me do that. She had this, like, book on abilities, and she said, here, do this test. And so I did the test, and she got, like, I still remember her face. She was freaked out when I said, oh, it says I'm psychic, I'm a medium, and I could see things. And she was just like, okay, let's not do this test anymore. And she's just got, like, really, like,
Even Ed's freaked out right now.
I'm gonna start levitating right now. But we learned a lot from what kind of opened the door a little bit to all of this.
Bless you.
We had this
Be quiet over there.
we had this, like, life coach at the time that taught us some stuff, but then that became very toxic. And we then
Don't bring her up.
No, I wasn't going to.
Don't bring her up.
No.
Don't bring that energy
I'm
back.
I'm not.
Okay.
But this is what leads to the good part, because Jeff, our old
Herbalist.
herbalist,
He passed away.
he passed away. So it's like, I try not to get, like, teary each time, but he's passed away, and he's the one that told us about Nick and Audrey and about getting our chakras balanced and doing the energy work. So then we go over to Nick, and it was just literally, like, a game changer for us, learning about, like, chakras. Like, oh, what, you balance those? Wow, how do you do that? And just, it's a whole ballpark of what we went. And then taking the classes, it was just very eye-opening. And then really on this journey of, like, oh, I do have these abilities, and it's time to utilize them. If this is what my purpose on earth is, to help spread awareness, to help balance your chakras, or just having a better life, whatever it is.
I don't even know what my purpose is yet. I haven't figured that out yet. I said earlier about being a good person, don't hurt anyone, be a good neighbor, be happy. But I mean, what is my purpose, right? I guess I'll find out now that I said that.
No, I guess you'll put it out there. Put it out there.
ethers now.
Meditate, pray on it.
Yeah. You know? I think right now at this moment, my purpose may be just helping out people with their physical, mental, aspect. But, like, who knows? Maybe my purpose may end up being something completely different 5 years from now, right? We're trying to grow this community, with the running scene, and really develop that and where we live at, because we don't have a running store. I know the community is very small. It used to be like an old folks like town where I grew up, so everything closed early. But now it's popping. We got a Costco coming in, so you know what's up when Costco's coming in.
But that doesn't even. Okay, that must be like.
But hey, it's like a Whole Foods. If a Whole Foods shows up at Oxnard, then damn man, they must know.
No, but I'm not going to
happening.
age us though, because if people our age are getting excited about.
I mean, I don't care. I'm 38. I'm 38 years old.
What's
I don't
that
care.
meme?
I love a Costco.
No, but what's that meme? Like, you get like clubbing in your 20s and then clubbing in your 30s.
Shoot,
Costco.
I mean, we like to go home and just watch Netflix. I mean,
Netflix or YouTube.
But I mean, look, who knows? I mean, I think my purpose right now is just to, like, do this podcast and see what happens, and we just love. At least I do. I mean, I like talking a lot. I mean, that's where I get all the discounts for all of us. I'm always chatty. Everyone knows that. But yeah, I don't know. I just like to talk to people. I mean, I randomly pick up on stuff, so I always am talking to people about that stuff. Whoa, what's so funny?
I was thinking about when we went to that one place and you got that tortilla for free. They handmade tortilla.
Oh, yeah. And I got a donut for free. I got coffee.
Yeah, it's just like, how do you do
I got
that?
an extra discount.
You're like, oh, you just gotta talk to people.
5-finger discount.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of funny that we brought this up, because I'm still processing. I process too, just like you guys that are watching this and listening to this. I don't know. I think the true test is sticking to like what you want to become and what you want to achieve, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it. Right?
Yeah.
Booyah.
Booyah.
Booyah. Yeah, I mean, look, I think there's so much to say, and we could be here for like another hour.
I know we could be here for a while, but if you ever want to meet us in person, you could come to our Wednesday night groups.
Group run? Groups?
Oh.
Group run.
Group run soups.
Group run. You're more than welcome to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. It's just Run Free Running Club. I do the coaching. She does more of the mindset stuff. She kind of gives me some good
and the
feedback on
energy
that
work
kind of
also.
stuff. Energy work.
Mm-hmm.
I do that a little bit. I don't like to promote it as much, I guess. But I do that.
Oh,
and,
maybe that's your purpose. Even though you
all right,
say no.
turn it off. Turn it
All right.
off. Just kidding. Nah, but it's yeah, you know. If you like to follow us, that's our social media. And if you want to follow my personal account, it's just Run Free Brandon.
Mine's Run Free Adriana. Oh, if you ever hear anyone say Adriana, that's actually my full name. Audie's just my nickname.
Audie's a nickname. But thank you for joining us for another fantastic day, night. They do the Coach B and Audie and Coach B. Coach B, Audie.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. But thank you again for listening and tuning in.
All right, thank you. Have a good night.
Peace.
Sweet, I'm so tired.